Hello Virgo, welcome to Intuitive Gems. My name is Desiree and I will be doing your money, wealth, finance, prosperity, abundance reading for the month of April 2021. I hope you had a good month, depending on when you watch this, March, April. I hope that you did have a good month or that you are having a great month. So many of you liked the deck that I used for the March readings that I decided to go ahead and use my Trippin Waite tarot for the readings this month. It's made by the same creator. It's a very fun, vibrant deck. I will clarify with my Radiant Rider Waite tarot as I always do. And then Virgo, I will go ahead and close out your reading with an Angels of Abundance Oracle card. If this is your first time catching one of my readings, I do invite you to subscribe because I do these readings each and every month, and I would love to share your money message with you. All right, Virgo. I'm already getting the sense that things are really going to start falling into place for you. And it's like you're finally going to get that, I guess the word breakthrough is what I'm feeling and what I'm sensing and what I'm picking up on. So let's go ahead and see what shows up for you, Virgo, as it relates to money, wealth, finances, prosperity, and abundance for the month of April 2021. And I also see that you're going to probably be hearing from someone from your past once we move into the new month. I don't think that it's going to be anything spectacular from what I'm looking at here, but you are going to, someone from your past is going to reach out to you to reconnect. But, you know, not that they're trying to, I guess I should just say that their motive is very disingenuous. It's not like they're, you know, trying to connect just because they care, but it looks like either they want to do work, or they want you, you know, to do work for them, or they want to sell you something. That's what I'm picking up with this card here. But like I said, as we move into the new month, I'm already starting to feel that there's going to be some breakthroughs and things are going to happen rather quickly when they do. However, I also see, Virgo, just looking here, that you are going to be starting some new things, but you're not going to be feeling fully confident, and you have some things, some projects that need to be completed before energetically and mentally you're actually ready for this breakthrough that is coming for you. And this breakthrough is going to definitely be a positive thing for your finances. So I hope you're ready for it. Like I said, someone from your past here is going to want to reconnect, but however, examine the motives of where they're coming from. Like I said, it's going to be something very disingenuous, but of course they're not going to blatantly say that, but you know, it'll be nice, you know, they'll be nice, but you know, you don't have to buy whatever it is they're selling. Next, we have the Fool here. I talked about a new opportunity and new breakthroughs coming. But when I look at the High Priestess and the World card, and also the Two of Swords all in reverse, this tells me that energetically you're not ready for it. Okay, opportunities come, but you have to be prepared. And I'm feeling like there's still some things that you need to complete. The World talks about incompleteness. It talks about something is unfinished. I know as a Virgo, I have been going through a lot of this. I have so many projects up in the air and none of them are done. And I need to really buckle down and complete these things instead of starting new things and starting and getting distracted and going off track. I need to focus on completing something I've already started. And I'm sharing that, Virgo, because I feel like a lot of us are in this energy here. So we need to make sure that we finish something And that is going to really set us up for this new opportunity and this new breakthrough that is coming for you in the month of April. Now, you have to not waste time and don't procrastinate, because when things happen, they're going to happen very, very quickly. The Knight of Swords is all about things happening and showing up. You know, it's like, boom, here it is. Are you ready? Let's go. Okay. And this is definitely going to impact you financially. So you want to be ready. You want to be in position to take advantage of all the good that's coming to you, right? Because you want to be set up so you can not have to worry about tying up loose ends or having your attention be, you know, diverted to something that's not going to be as profitable, that's not going to make you money, or that's not going to advance you in your career or in your work in some way. So let's continue on, Virgo, and see what else is showing up for you, because I just know that that things are gonna, I mean, they're gonna work out. All right, what else do we need to know for the sign of Virgo as it relates to money, wealth, finances, prosperity, and abundance? There we go with that speed and that timing card. All right, so let's pay attention to your mindset, Virgo, because looks like some old thought patterns sometimes can creep up. And when I say that, remember, wealth, money, finances, success, all of that is mindset first. And we have to make sure that we are thinking in a prosperous way, and that we're doing things and we're taking the actions that lead us in the direction to get the results that we are seeking. When I see the Five of Pentacles, that means some of us are probably still struggling with the mindset, right? Because once you take care of the mind, everything else flows. Now, I'm not saying that the transition is easy. However, you have a much more receptive and a much more solid grasp on what it is that you are trying to create for yourself and for your family and for your business or whatever. So pay attention to what you're thinking. Don't get caught up in too much of the people who can be really, really down, okay? Because sometimes that can influence you either consciously or subconsciously. And when we're talking about money, we really have to guard our mind, and we really have to focus on, thinking in a way that takes us, like I said, to, or I should say towards, the goal and the path that we are trying to create. Next, we have the Magician in the reverse. The Magician in the reverse tells me that we are not using all of the resources and the tools that are available to us. Now, Virgos, we are very resourceful, we are very resilient, and we have to understand that sometimes we have gifts and we have talents and experience and knowledge that sometimes we take for granted because it comes to us so easily. But we have to remember that those things definitely are blessings that we can use in order to make more money, in order to advance in our careers, in order to launch our business, in order to grow our investments, whatever the case may be. Make sure you are tapping into the gifts that are already accessible to you. Next, we have the Page of Wands here. This is news or information coming in about work, something work related. Because this is in the reverse, I'm feeling like this is, I don't necessarily think it's negative, but it's not something that we probably would have chosen. You know, it's not going to be something that totally destroys us or wipes us out. Nothing like that. But I have a feeling like this is something unexpected. It's like, okay, well, we have, several ways that this could play out. And the way that it plays out is the one that nobody really expected to play out. The other thing about the Page of Wands is that there could be some changes as it relates to your work. And this still applies even if you don't necessarily have a job or if you're not employed. Whatever it is, as it relates to how you bring in money, You know, even if you're working for yourself at home, or even if you're retired or a student, there's going to be some changes as it relates to that process. Okay, so just kind of be aware of it. I don't think it's anything you have to worry about, but you are going to have to make some choices here. I see as a result of that you are going to have probably several options presented to you, and you're going to have to figure out what's going to be the best that you can, you know, make of this. And because it fell on the World and it fell on this Two of Swords in the reverse, I'm feeling like this, you know, it could be part of this here, part of these unfinished projects, trying to make a decision, but you really are going to have to make a decision once we hit the second week of April, because you just can't stall any longer, you know. And I also have a feeling too that you're going to be presented with a lot of options, but not all of them are going to be exciting. And again, this does have a financial or a money connection to it. So you're just going to have to be, you know, very, take your time and really examine each option before you make a decision. But again, we've got the Speed card. We've got the card of timing here, which is the Eight of Wands, fell onto the Knight of Swords. These are the two cards in the deck that focus on timing and speed and things being on schedule. So just know and trust that things will work out in divine timing. You're never too early. You're never too late. Things will be right on time no matter how it plays out. So just, you know, just trust in the process and the timing of everything. However, that doesn't mean you want to waste time or not follow through, you know, in a timely manner. But do pay attention to dates and deadlines and schedules and things like that. All right, Virgo, let's see what else is showing up for you as it relates to money, wealth, finances, prosperity, and abundance for the month of April 2021. Interesting, we do have a repeater here. We've got the World card. We saw her there. Okay, so as we move into the second half of April, Virgo, I can tell you that emotionally you're going to feel a little off. And I say that because we've got the Nine of Swords here, Three of Swords, and then this Devil card, which is the card of bondage, entrapment, feeling stuck, could be addictions on some level. However, I'm not feeling like it's more addiction. I'm feeling more like it's feeling trapped, right? It's like you're feeling stuck. But let's start here with the Four of Cups. You're going to be presented with an offer that's not going to be that exciting. I guess you're going to have to weigh the pros and cons of it, especially if it's a job offer that comes your way that you're not truly excited about. But if you need to start working, it might be something that you have to settle for temporarily. Again, we're moving into the second half of the month, and it's not going to be that exciting. Could even cause some worry and discouragement here, because the Nine of Swords is feeling a little bit frustrated, feeling a little hopeless, sometimes overwhelmed. And that's why I say emotionally, things are going to feel a little chaotic once we hit the second half of April. Now, we also have the World card. Again, I think this card is a stark reminder to finish what you start. Virgo, I know we have lots of stuff going on. Like I said, I'm guilty too. And we really have to focus on completion. Now, this may not be things in your personal life, but because we're talking about money, I have a big a big feeling like this is going to carry over into your professional and your money life as well. All right, so make sure, I mean, if you started the process of investing, make sure you follow through. You know, if you started a deal, you know, a real estate deal, whatever the case may be, make sure you follow through. Now, even if things don't necessarily complete, you can still say, hey, I think I've gone as far as I need to go with this particular project, and I'm going to back out. You know what I mean? Like, make sure everything is done. Like, there's closure where it needs to be closed. There is a decision if there needs to be a decision made. I think that's really going to help you this month, and it's going to help you feel more stable and a lot more grounded, especially like we said, as it relates to your money. Now we have the Devil card here, and remember I said this is the card about feeling bondage, attachment, unhealthy, sometimes unhealthy habits. Sometimes being connected to something that we know is not good for us, but for whatever reason, we just can't break away. It could be a job, it could be a relationship, it could be an addiction, it could be a behavior, whatever the case may be. Really examine where you're spending your time, your money, and your attention, because that could be something that is taking you away from the goals that you set for yourself financially. Now, the other thing about the Devil card, too, is sometimes this card shows up when we feel really, really guilty about something. Now, whether or not that guilt is warranted, it's something that does have to be transmuted, I guess, in a way. And so guilt is very damaging, not only to our psyche, but also to our physical health. So if you are feeling guilty about something, you need to figure out a way to resolve those feelings, because it will affect you financially as well. So nobody's perfect. Everybody makes mistakes. Sometimes we make poor decisions, and sometimes we can feel guilty about those things that we've done. But seek out the help you need in order to resolve those feelings, because that could be something that is affecting your financial life, your financial growth, and your financial stability. Next, we have the Three of Swords in reverse. Now, this is a good card to see in the reverse because it talks about healing, emotional healing. It means you're not going through heartbreak right now. You are recovering from some emotional heartbreak. And that is a process, and it takes time. And again, it can affect your money. Emotionally, we need to be strong so we can do what we need to do in order to make the money we want to make. There's no question about that. So it looks like you're on the way, Virgo, and just trust that, it will take the time that it takes, but eventually you will heal and you will overcome those challenges. Finally, we have the Five of Cups. That is the card of sometimes regret. And we talked about guilt here, so I'm not surprised that we have the card here of just feeling regretful, or maybe feeling some remorse of things that we've done. Could be some financial decisions that we made, and we're trying to kind of sort out those feelings. Again, like I said, the second half of April is really going to be very emotional for you, Virgo. And the other thing is that sometimes just your awareness of how you're feeling and where your energy is kind of moving, or how your energy is moving, that will do a lot to help you get some clarity, especially, like I said, as it relates to your money. All right, Virgo, let's see what else shows up for you as it relates to money, wealth, finances, prosperity, and abundance for the month of April 2021. Another repeater card here. Okay. All right, so we do have some good news as the month closes out. Page of Swords here. Something good about something being eliminated, taken away, something stopped, something being discontinued, but it's going to be to your benefit. Something is eliminated at the end of the month, and that's actually going to be something that probably will save you money, Virgo. So that's very exciting. Next, we have the Four of Pentacles. Pay attention to the budget. The other thing about this, too, I'm getting really strongly that we need to hold on to our finances right now. People may call you a tightwad or a penny pincher, whatever they do. But right now, at the end of April, hold on to your money. Don't do any type of unnecessary spending, okay? Hold on to what you have just for right now, because things look like they could be shifting in a way where you could have an unexpected expense pop up. And so don't overestimate how much you have as fun money, I guess I should say. Next, we have the Hierophant in reverse. The Hierophant in reverse talks about going against the grain, kind of going against the rule of law here. I'm not saying that you're going to be a lawbreaker, but Virgo, sometimes we kind of do our own thing. We think that the rules don't necessarily apply to us, and we act from that perspective. Now, sometimes we can win with that, and sometimes we can't. It's all about, I guess, figuring out how you're going to maneuver yourself through this. But I do see that there will be some going against the grain, Virgo. And I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing, but I do think it's something that you do have to be careful with. I'll say it that way. Next, we have the Queen of Pentacles in reverse. Now, she is a very conservative person. The Queen of Pentacles is a very conservative spender. She's a conservative investor, right? If she's not feeling totally on board with something, she doesn't do it. And so I'm feeling like sometimes, Virgo, we get a little excited about something and we ignore, it's like we ignore what would be the best thing at that time, and we kind of take an unnecessary risk. So you have to be careful with that when the Queen of Pentacles shows up in the reverse. It means do not take any unnecessary risks with your money, and really be conservative, and really, back to this Four of Pentacles, hone in. You don't necessarily have to do any type of big, financial investment. You don't have to do any lavish spending. Be very, very conservative with your money, especially at the end of April. Next, we have the Ace of Pentacles. Now, this is a really good card because this means that something new is on the horizon. And I already talked about that. I do see and I do feel a big breakthrough is coming for you, Virgo. The thing about the Ace of Pentacles, though, in the reverse means that it doesn't happen in the timing that we expect. It could be a new job coming through. It could be a new opportunity. Something good is going to happen financially, but it's not going to happen in the timing that we are hoping for. So that's why I'm saying be a little conservative with your money at the end of the month, because good is coming and good is happening and money is coming your way, but you're just going to have to be patient a little while longer, because it looks like things are not going to play out in the timing that we expect them to. Finally, we have the Seven of Cups. This is another, is this another repeater? We do have the Seven of Cups. We saw him here. And it looks like whatever happens here finally gets resolved at the end of the month. You do make a decision. Maybe the decision you made wasn't exactly, how you had hoped it would pan out. But you're going to be okay. You're going to be okay, Virgo. I promise you that. It's just a matter of sorting out how you feel emotionally and how things kind of, flow for you in April. Okay, so the second half of the month is going to be a lot of feeling, right? It's going to be a lot of feelings. You're going to kind of feel like I said, a little out of sorts. But when all is said and done, I think if you can be really conservative with your finances and don't spend anything unnecessarily, you're going to be just fine, and that will give you time to really understand how you feel, why you feel the way you do. And, really just kind of, I don't want to say move past those feelings, but really resolve those feelings. This is perfect. I have Angels of Abundance Oracle card, and you got card, it doesn't have a number, but this says focus on your priorities. When you put your where you put your focus is where you receive your outcome. Your priorities are calling to you, which may produce a feeling of anxiety unless you give them the time and attention they and you deserve. Even a small amount of time devoted to your priorities will help you feel better and more confident. I feel this card totally echoes the reading here, maybe a little bit more succinctly than I said it. But yeah, focus on your priorities, and we even talked about feelings of anxiety, and I think that really is the message for April for you, Virgo. All right, I hope you enjoyed this reading, and I hope it was helpful. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, observations, drop them down below. I want to thank you for spending this time with me. We'll do it all again next month.